Good evening, friends. Welcome to Green and Gorgeous. I am joined with my co-host, Miss Tori. Haley is on a vacation with her family, so it will just be the two of us tonight. But I think we have a great show planned. And Miss Tori, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Super excited. Football's kicking off tonight. So, really excited for the actual season to start and see where things go. How are you?
I'm good, exactly. Same here. I know we're a Packers podcast, but who do you have winning tonight, Bills or Rams?
I'm thinking the Bills tonight. I
Okay.
really think the Bills are my pick for the AFC, like to go to the Super Bowl. So, I'm gonna have to stick with them.
Stick with the Bills. That's who I'm rooting for tonight too. I'm still a little bit salty about last year's Super Bowl, so I'm rooting for rooting for the Bills tonight.
Yes, but let's get going on our season because I'm super excited about it. Curious, do you have any traditions at like the beginning of the season or throughout the season you like to stick to, or superstitions or anything?
Yeah, I would say a couple years ago I had my nails green and gold for pretty much the whole season. I want to say it was 2019. We kept winning, and then I went to Vegas and changed my nails for Vegas, and we ended up losing that game. So as soon as
So
I
it's
got
your
home,
fault.
yeah, took those nails off and went right back to green and gold. Other than that, I'll usually pick out a T-shirt to wear for the whole season. Wear it, we win. If we lose, then I switch to another T-shirt. But I think I'd have to say my favorite part of the season is just watching the football games with my dad. He's a good encourager and has a good eye for what's going on. So
Oh,
he
for sure.
keeps me calm. What about you?
Yeah, I don't really do anything crazy. Like I just kind of go. I watch every game, like no matter what, even if I'm not in front of the TV, I'll have my phone just like sitting there glued to it.
Mm-hmm.
But just throw on a Packer shirt, jersey or something, either one.
Do you have a preference if we play at 12 or 3 or?
Overall, I don't mind the 12 games because then the 3 o'clock games, I'm usually just like half-ass watching them, like whoever else it is. And so and then Sunday night, I'm usually more into that one.
Mm-hmm.
The 3:25 game, it is what it is. It's not that bad. It gives you time to like kind of get settled and make some food and stuff. We're gonna probably make some wings tonight or
Ooh,
for Sunday. So yeah.
sounds like that'll be fun.
How do you think things are going to go against the Vikings week 1?
Um, I'm feeling confident right now. Ask me 3 o'clock on Sunday. My answer will probably be different. I'll probably be in the bathroom throwing up somewhere. I'll give it about a 5 out of 10. It can go either way. We've been hyping up our team all season, and I think we have a good chance to beat the Vikings. But then again, I know last week we kind of spoke about how that's one of our games we think we might lose. What about
Yeah,
you?
it's definitely going to be a tougher one. Like confidence on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably at a 5. I think it can go either way. I definitely think we can beat them, of course. As a fan of your team, you have to go in thinking you can beat anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can, but it's just like a lot of different things going on. So yeah, first game of the year. This is probably our biggest like rival for who's going to win the division this year. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a really important one to try and get ahead. We usually end up splitting with them throughout our series in the season. So I won't be surprised if we do lose this one. You got, Zadarius Smith coming out. He's been ready for this game for months. So
Yeah, yeah. Been talking some crap on Twitter, and we'll
yeah,
see. I think it's.
I
Oh, go
I
ahead.
was just saying I really liked him, and then like after he left, I have just been like on this downward, like my God, like I thought about getting his jersey and everything, and I've just been so disappointed with how he's like acted throughout
Well,
all of
if you
this.
want one, I'll send you mine.
I think I'm good. I'm gonna probably get a different one.
Tori and I were talking earlier, and we're doing casual Fridays at work now, and the only jersey I can find out of the million I have is the Darius Smith, and I don't really want
You
to wear
can't
it.
you can't wear
I
that one.
can't. I really can't. So I don't. I hope we win because I have this whole like I love going 1-0, 2-0, and the second that our schedule gets you know,
Oh yeah, I
something
love
in
when
one.
the NFL posts those like who's still undefeated and like
Yeah.
my team's still up there. Of course I love that.
I I want us to go 16, 17 and 0, but realistically not going to happen.
I'm definitely going to post this comment here from our fellow host.
Miss
How do you feel
Payne.
about the captain chain?
Yikes.
Big yikes.
Big yikes. He purchased that without being a team captain at the Vikings either.
I just feel like if you are a true captain, you do not need people to see that to know you're the captain. Like you are known as the captain already. You don't need that. It is
Yeah.
so excessive. I feel like it was a dig kind of at, how he didn't get it and stuff, but I did not. I don't like it. It is not classy.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Yeah, that's I was seeing a couple comments. It looks like he got it last year, so understandable on that. But still, to post it the day after you get announced as not a captain, still kind of. So maybe he's gonna be salty against the Vikings, and maybe he'll end up somewhere else next year.
Yeah, right. He'll just go somewhere else.
Do you think he'll be a threat with all of his injuries, or do you think that he'll be?
Um,
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I think he's actually going to be a threat for us. I mean, he's a good player. You can't get by that. He is good. When we had him, that last game, he came out. He got some sacks, and so he's definitely got the potential to be fine. I don't think it's going to be a big issue or anything holding him back. But I mean, I would love to see us block his ass and not even let him get close to Aaron Rodgers, since he called him out on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not gonna lie, I am nervous about that aspect of him doing an Anthony Barr and breaking a collarbone
Yeah,
on Rodgers.
I would really hate for him to do some dirty move. I don't think he will by
You
any
don't?
means. I don't think he would purposely do something dirty. I like to hope he's a better person. I like to hope.
Your glass is half full on that.
Like,
Mine's so
do
empty.
do I think he's a better person than that? That's a different question, but
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't know. I think it's just really disgusting to see players and like Vikings fans, since they're playing them. One of my biggest things I hate about them is I have been in a Buffalo Wild Wings in Minnesota, since that is where I grew up, watching the games, and the Packers, someone's down and they're like clapping, like standing ovation. I'm like, that's disgusting. That is classless, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I would never root for the injury of another person.
Yeah. No, I definitely wouldn't. With it being Thursday, and we love our throwback Thursdays, do you have any good past memories playing against the Vikings?
I mean, we've played them forever, so like there's like a huge list. I could talk about the game with the catch in 2000 where Favre threw to Freeman in overtime to win the game. But early 2000s, unfortunately, I wasn't really old enough to like remember that. So I'll bring up the game in 2021. And it's not like a great memory by any means, but it's kind of something that like gives me joy because of the Vikings downfall. And that was the game where their kicker missed 3 kicks and could not get their win. And I remember like I'm watching it with my dad. We're on the couch, and the whole game, like we're like, oh my God, like he missed it. Then he goes up for his third, last chance. This is going to win the game or it's going to be a tie. And my dad goes, he can't miss 3, right? And I'm like just sitting there like quiet. And then he missed it. And my dad's laughing hysterically. I'm like shocked. I could not speak. I was like, oh my God, he actually missed that. And so that is one of the memories I will bring up because I just thought it was kind of like funny with how the kicker's luck has been for the Vikings. But how about you? Any game you got to bring up?
I'll kind of go back to 2021 also, with it being last year. It was a game that we actually lost. However, Rodgers' stats were incredible. I mean, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and we were making a run for it at the end. I know Crosby missed many field goals, but one in that game, which we lost 34-31. So you've got to think if he would have made that, we would have had an opportunity to tie. And who knows what else could have come from that. So that was a fun game. And I think watching that game, I was like, wow, Rodgers still has it. Like that was a very
Yeah.
like he's still able to move the ball, spread the ball, thread the needle, get it where he needs to go. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely. I mean, I love seeing him perform and stuff. He's that 4 touchdowns, no interceptions is just amazing to me.
yeah.
Like that's incredible. Like his stats have been insane. I see them like I can't remember what game it was. I think last year where they like posted all of them
Mm-hmm.
like throughout like the last like 8 years, and it's just like I was in awe, like shock. I never really noticed it, but I took it for like advantage that he doesn't throw interceptions. So when he does, I'm in such shock.
Yeah.
And like other teams, like they throw an interception, and it's like, yeah, like you can expect to have like one of those a game, and I just simply do not.
What were you sent the message in our group chat the other day? It was a picture about will he hit 500 touchdowns or 100 interceptions first? And I think we all agreed that he was going to hit 500 touchdowns first.
I know it's crazy. I mean, that's tough for sure. I definitely think that'll take a couple years to reach either of those. But the fact that you can even have that discussion of which will come first is incredible. And I'm so glad it's my team that I get to back that. Yes. So I did see, I mean, at my work, we got sports TV on all day. A lot of people are placing the Vikings over the Packers in the division. What do you think about that?
I don't understand why. Well, actually, I do understand why, because Rodgers doesn't have weapons. I guarantee if Adams was still on the team, it would not be even a discussion. I think people are, counting out Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, Sammy Watkins, all of our rookies, Lazard. So I think that's why they're counting us out. But I think we'll win our division. Absolutely. I don't see why we wouldn't.
Do you think it'll be an easy win, or do you think it's going to be, like kind of a close one?
I could see the Vikings getting a wild card. But I think if we go with what I think I said last week, 13-4, I think we should win it.
Yeah, so, for sure.
What about you?
I mean, again, I do understand why, like you're saying, we don't have a lot of our weapons, but I don't think they're really thinking about what our defense is going to be like this year. I'm so excited to see our defense, see how they perform. And I'm hoping that because our defense will be better, we won't have to put up 30 points to win a game. We can win those 17-10 games and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that will help Rodgers, and then that won't become an issue of what weapons does he have. And then Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, they're going to do their thing. They're going to be fine. I understand why the Vikings are kind of on people's radars, but I don't think it's going to happen either, because the Vikings have a tendency to lose games they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And we are able to win our games that we need to win. Like we will beat the Bears twice. We'll beat the Lions, They have a tendency just to fall. I mean, they lost the Lions first last year. So
yeah, their winning like score percentage was a lot lower, like losing closer games than what we were.
Yes. So, I mean, it'll be interesting. What do you think about Kirk Cousins being in the MVP conversation?
I do not understand. I don't know if you saw it or not, but Matt Rampage, his video reaction to the most accurate quarterbacks cracked me up. I laughed so hard at that, having Rodgers not listed as top most accurate quarterback. I'm like,
oh my God, like how?
And he was like, clickety, 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 click.
How could you simply not?
Oh my gosh, but Kirk Cousins was ranked number 4 on that one, and I was like, are we really back on the Kirk Cousins hype? Like,
I don't understand the hype. I think Kirk Cousins is your run-of-the-mill quarterback. He's going to get you a 500 season, if not a little bit more. Like he's going to do the job. But even let's say hell breaks loose, freezes over, and the Vikings win the division. I don't see them going far in the playoffs.
No.
And it's mainly because of Kirk Cousins. I don't think he's got it in him.
Yeah, I do not believe in Kirk Cousins. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I think, he's a average. I think he could definitely be a backup somewhere with some of these quarterbacks that we have. No, I would be very
Was
surprised if he got the
it was
MVP.
it was a few years ago, I believe, but wasn't he like mad one year because his ranking on Madden was actually lower than some teams like backup quarterbacks? It was like a few years ago, but I feel like I remember him like complaining about this.
It wouldn't surprise me. I will say this. I will make an announcement if Kirk Cousins somehow wins MVP. I will drink raw eggs on here next season. I will blend up raw eggs and drink them. That's how confident I am that he will not win
I don't think
MVP.
he's touched an MVP. I don't think he's honestly. I don't think he's ever going to touch an MVP. There are too many talented players for him to be the MVP.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it is not going to be him. But so what about your thoughts on the Vikings' new head coach?
Haven't thought too much about him. I honestly thought that Mr. Zimmer was still the coach of the Vikings until you asked that, and I was like, who? Haven't done too much research on him. I know that they've kind of rebalanced their whole offensive line, like coaches and defensive coaches, and kind of rebranding, and I think trying to restructure. So not too many thoughts on him. What about you?
Um, I don't have too much. Kevin O'Connell is going to be the new head coach for the Vikings, making his debut. And I mean, he's been in the league coaching since 2015, mainly quarterback, offensive coordinator positions.
Okay.
This will be his first head coaching gig in the NFL. So it'll be interesting. And like one of my thoughts I've been having this week is everyone was dogging on the Packers when we got a new coach about how our system's going to be messed up. It's going to be a hard year. And no
Mm-hmm.
one is like bringing up that the Vikings have this new head coach. Like it could take some time for their players to get used to him. How are they liking him? Like I really haven't heard much about him like throughout this offseason or anything.
Yeah, I do remember just the thoughts popped in my head a couple years ago when their coach had those huge like glasses on. And I just remember watching a game. I don't know if we were playing against him or not, but we were dogging on him. We were like, why does he have those glasses? He looks like a fool. And, we were all saying stuff. And then I think, I don't know, one of us Googled it and was like, yeah, he has like detached retinas or something. And I was like, oh, I was like, okay. So he wears those for a reason because they look like safety glasses. And I just don't know why I just thought of that, but no more safety glasses for the Vikings.
The thing is though, I've said it multiple times, I believe, on our very few episodes. I hate Mike Zimmer. I do not like him. Hated him as a head coach. I do feel that he was holding back the Vikings a lot. I hated the fact that when their team would lose by a field goal or something, he would throw his players under the bus.
Yeah, and he would not. He had no sportsmanship. How many
No.
photos of him dodging handshakes, turning his back, not acknowledging anyone? Just the lack of sportsmanship coming from a head coach
Yeah, you
is
have to be
disturbing.
professional for sure.
Yeah,
Like you cannot like someone and you're still going to show that,
respect.
handshake, yeah,
Yeah.
of course, you got to show respect.
And speaking on throwing the players under the bus, I mean, the games that we lost last year, LaFleur was like, "It was me. I should have done better. It was
And
me. I should have done better."
that's what a head coach should be doing. The head coach and the quarterbacks are usually one of the first people to do that
Mm-hmm.
because they are looked up to so much by so many people on the team. If I'm playing for someone and he's just going around telling everyone it's their fault, they did this, it's their fault. Like I feel disrespected. I feel like they don't have confidence in me to improve, and so he's covering his own ass.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hated him. So I do think that Gary the Snail from SpongeBob would be a better head coach than Mike Zimmer would be.
Did he end up anywhere else as like a defensive coordinator somewhere, or?
Once I saw him off the Vikings and out of that coaching position, I stopped caring about him. I can't stand him. I really can't. Like, and then he was just like dogging on his own quarterback. I'm like, you guys need to mesh, like
Yeah.
to succeed. Your team needs to mesh.
And then what was it? All the media said that LaFleur and Rodgers don't get along, and they're. But again, why is no one speaking about how they have controversy?
Oh my God, it's not great, but it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how they do with this coaching and see if that was the issue or if it maybe is Kirk Cousins as their issue. Uh, we'll see about that. I mean, they have good weapons. You can't put that past them. They
Oh,
have
Justin
Jefferson,
Jefferson. Yeah.
Cook, great running back.
Yeah, they have a good team. I know we were doing some fantasy drafts this past week, and everyone's like, "Oh, Justin Jefferson." I'm like, I refuse to take anyone from the Bears, the Cowboys, the Vikings, or the Lions. You will not see a single player on my fantasy football team from them.
I don't mind. Last year, I was undefeated in fantasy until the championship, and I had Justin Jefferson on my team. I'll take them because I don't mind that. That sounds bad. I don't want anyone to get hurt, but if they do, I'm like, all right, well, it's them. So it's helping out my team, my actual team in a way.
Yeah, no, I refuse. I think I drafted some like second rate wide receiver over him because I was like, I'm not. So
yeah, I usually stay away from Packers players, honestly, because I feel like I'm a jinx. I am bad luck.
Oh no.
So I do see we have a comment talking about Vikings fans and Cowboys fans. Since I have experienced a lot of Vikings fans and you live in Dallas, what do you think is worse, Vikings or Cowboys fans?
I think it's hard to say because I do deal with more Cowboys fans in person, but on Twitter and social media, it's constantly like Viking fans or Bears like getting ratioed in my DMs. It's hard because obviously playing against them this year, that will kind of calm a lot of Jets one way or another. There's a lot of, this is our year, this is our year, this is our year, which again, I will say that's kind of how what I've turned into, but not on. I actually believe it. Yes. They're definitely unbearable when it comes down to absolutely anything. They say that they get, jibs, the refs hate them, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, my personal opinion is the Cowboys will never win another Super Bowl until Jerry Jones is gone. That just hands down. When I heard the rumor that Mike McCarthy was coming down here for an interview, I texted my dad and was like, he's going to be their new head coach. And my dad was like, no way. And I was like, yeah. I was like, he's going to be it. And then sure enough, they announced it. And I have a lot of love for that man in my heart because he got us a Super Bowl. But he's not doing the Cowboys or himself any service.
No. And you saying they need to get rid of Jerry, I have heard multiple people say that as well. Like they feel the same way, that they will not win another Super Bowl as long as he's there.
Yeah, no.
He's got his hand in too much,
And it's his son-in-law and his son. They're all entrapped into that. And it's all, yes, Jerry. Yes, Jerry. And I don't know if you've ever watched the Cowboy games where they show Jerry Jones in the box. And Jerry Jones literally takes off his glasses, hands it to, I believe it's his son-in-law or his son, whoever it is. And you see him down there cleaning off their little glasses and then passing it back up to Pops. And it's like, he is so in control of everything. It's, yeah. Like, I also have a friend that works for the school district, and last year 2 years ago during COVID, they were going to have outdoor graduations to, spread out people. And Jerry Jones was the hero of Arlington, Texas, having, graduations there. And so the first graduation was at like 3:00 on a Saturday afternoon. He didn't turn the AC on for them. They were out there in June. And it's like, those are things that are not talked about. People are out there. Like, he's generous, but not that generous.
Never. Since it is Thirsty Thursday, how about we have a question of who do you think is going to be looking the best out there?
Ooh. Can I hop on the Jair train because Haley isn't here?
Yeah, you might as well, because otherwise she's going to post a comment of a few and just wait until we posted about it. So you might as well hop on that train.
Okay, I'll call her first. I think Jair's going to be looking fly. I also, let's see. There she is. I think that some of our rookies will come out looking good. They've got to, show up.
Christian Watson, I'm telling you, like he's been doing his thing.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if Preston Smith comes out in a good outfit, because going up against, the other Smith bro and all that drama there.
For sure.
I think Preston Smith even tweeted something earlier that was kind of a little cryptic. Like, I was kind of like, I bet that's about Sedarius, but it is what it is. So I'm excited. What about you besides Mr. Watson?
I am always so interested to see what Aaron Rodgers shows up in. I know Haley hates his attire, and she sent us in a group chat just as a backstory his shorts and like cut off sweatshirt look. And she was dogging on him and how I believe Emily's called it homeless chic.
Homeless chic.
And I was like over there like, but this is like what I would wear. Like this is exactly what I would look like. And so that's I don't think he's gonna look the best dressed by any means. I'm just excited to see what he wears. And like AJ Dillon's been like coming out with some like I love the fun graphic tees he's been wearing. I'd love to see what he's gonna wear because obviously he's my favorite. So
yeah, I agree. I hope Rodgers cuts his hair sometime soon. It's getting again hard to defend those looks of don't really know what's going on. And even in the pictures, like his hair is all pulled back and like tight ponytail, and I'm like, you got your hair smoother than I do, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't my patients dog on Aaron Rodgers to me. I don't know if it's because they know I'm a Packers fan or if they really just don't like him. They dog on the hair so much. I don't mind the long hair. Like the fact that he's like getting closer to like 40.
Yeah.
And like he's got that much hair, good for him, because I have seen 25-year-old men with less hair than he does. So if you got it, go ahead and flaunt it. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is I hate when he does the mustache.
Yeah.
I do think he pulls it off better than a lot of other people do, but not my favorite look.
No, yeah. I think, and it's so fun like watching him smile and enjoy playing the game, because that to me I think is like the biggest reason why I love him so much is just when he's smiling and enjoying it. That's when you know that his football's gonna be at his best.
For sure, like, definitely.
I love seeing it.
When he was going in, saying like, this is the most fun I've had in a long time. I think that's amazing because like, they always say, you'll never work a day in your life if you love your job. And like, I like to think that that's what all these players do. I like to think that they love their job, and I would hate for it to become something he feels like he has to do because I don't think he will perform as well if he's not enjoying his time.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Definitely. With the game though, going back to the game, what do you think the score is going to end up being?
I'm going to go with 31-21 us. I, again, am going to be super optimistic until about 3 o'clock on Sunday. Ask me on Sunday, my score might change, but I'm feeling pretty confident about it. I don't know. There's just something in me that says we're going to win this and we're going to have a good season. So watching that Packers hype video got me hyped where I was like, I love this so much.
Had you saying this is our year, right?
Yeah. I'm all like, this is our year. Getting it tattooed across my forehead, Packers Super Bowl.
What did I can't remember. What did you have them as for the record? I know we talked about it in a few episodes ago, but what do you think the record was going to be? You were pretty optimistic, if
13,
I remember.
13-4. I had us going back to 13.
Okay. Nice.
What's your score prediction?
This score, unfortunately, I could see us losing this one. I hate to say it, but we can't win them all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with 21-17 with the Vikings on this one, and I hate that, but and it's just, I guess, the different things that we have. I don't know what our wide receivers are going to be like. Lazard's been not practicing, light practicing, and that's who I think was going to go into weeks 1 and 2 being our number one go-to guy, just because he has that trust with him. So I know I hate myself as well for saying such a thing. I think it's gonna be a lower scoring one. I think it's just gonna be everyone kind of feeling each other out this season for both teams. But I would hate to lose it. Don't worry, I want to win so freaking bad. I hate the Vikings. I hate losing to them. I get Snapchats, texts, everything from everyone whenever we lose, just like trying to get in my ass about like, hey, did you see who won?
Yeah,
like,
that's what
can't stand it.
Yeah, that's what I'm not looking forward to, is just all the text messages and the backlash and the people talking crap on Twitter if we lose the first game, and it's like, okay, come on, like
I mean, you got to let the Vikings have one win against us because that is as close to a Super Bowl win that they will feel.
As they will
Like
ever get.
that's their Super Bowl, like is whenever they play us, and if they beat us, that's like the highlight of the whole season for them.
They don't want anything else. They
No, they
just
really
want to
don't.
beat
They want
us.
Packers players to get injured and they want the Packers to lose. They are happier to see the Packers lose than they are to see the Vikings win.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
100%.
have heard radio shows in the morning in Minnesota and like we've both either the Vikings have won or we've both lost and they will talk more about the Packers every single time.
Rent free.
Rent free, live in their
Rent
heads,
free.
rent freaking free. So I mean we both have, there should be some touchdowns with the scores we predicted.
Mhm.
So who do you think will get the first touchdown overall, running or catching?
I'm gonna go with Randall Cobb, or my wild card would be Amari Rogers pull something from somewhere.
Just pull something out of it. He actually catches the
He
ball.
actually catches
It's
it.
actually a good catch.
Yes, I think I saw something on Twitter. I don't know if it was one of our messages or not, but it was like, how surprising would it be if Amari runs the first kickoff back for a touchdown? And it's
I'm
like,
for it. Like I'm
oh,
rooting for the
absolutely.
guy. I want him to do good. I don't want to root against him by any means. I just think he had kind of a not great rookie season. But again, that is what a rookie season was. That he's
Yeah,
going to learn from his mistakes and hopefully come out so much better. As well as I hope the special teams do altogether.
yeah, absolutely. What about you? Who do you think is going to get our first touchdown?
Um, I think it's going to be Aaron Jones
Okay.
overall because again, with our wide receivers not being so questionable, I think he's going to be reliable. I could see him catching it or running it in, either one. I do feel like if we're close, like if we're in, the red zone or like first and goal, second and goal, I think they're going to have AJ Dillon try to run it first just because he's got,
The legs.
he's got the legs for days. So he's going to have that power to get in. And then so if they're close, it could be AJ Dillon, but I'm going to go with Aaron Jones overall.
Okay. Do you ever feel like when we're playing and we score on the first drive, like, I don't know for you, but for me, that's like, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. If we like go 3 and out, or make it halfway down the field and then have to kick it, momentum is lost. So for me, I'm like,
for sure.
hope we can just stay on top of it, keep going, keep going, keep going.
That first drive is going to set the tone of the game, for any team. Like either if they get the ball first or if we get the ball 1st. I think that first drive overall the whole game will set the tone for who's going to have it and who will not. Last year, I feel like one of our issues was that we would get up on a team and then just kind of coast for a lot of the game. We were not like shoving it down their throats. We were not putting them into body bags like we needed to.
That's how we like to play.
That's what, first of all, with being a Packers fan and having some of the heartbreak I have had, I need to win by 40 to feel comfortable.
Oh, yeah. If the score is not up by 40 to 50, I'm
not comfortable. I'm not like, oh, we got this in the bag. Because like, I don't want to jinx myself and sound stupid. So I do think that's something that we definitely need to work on, though, is just having good momentum, keeping it. And when we get 3 and out, we can come out and do something better the next drive, like just improving each time.
I want to stick it to them. I won't keep it going. I know we talked about sportsmanship earlier, but still keep it going. Shove it down their throat.
Especially this game, like, if we can get up quite a bit, just keep it going. I would love nothing more than that. Zadarius Smith doesn't get to Aaron Rodgers at all and is crying after the game, kissing and like crying into his chained captain's necklace.
If you got it last year, that must be what do they call it? Yeah, I love when I can't think. Curse. Because he didn't get it last year and he didn't get it this year.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
I don't know about you. Do you eat during the games or do you get like physically able to eat?
Emily, I know you haven't seen me in person, but I'm not a skinny, small person by any means. So yes, I'm definitely eating. Wings.
Wings.
Definitely. That's like that's my go-to probably game day is like we'll get wings. Um, Pizza sometimes. I'm a wings person. Chili
What?
dogs when the weather gets a
Ooh.
little bit cooler.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I fuck with some chili dogs for sure.
What flavor wings do you eat?
So like we're gonna probably make our own
Okay.
this weekend, and I just do like an Old Bay dry rub and just like
Ooh.
rub it on them and air fry them, and they're fantastic. Gotta love the garlic parm, a
Hmm.
classic. Any honey barbecue or anything kind of like sweet, spicy, and I'll definitely go for that.
Okay. Do you
I'm
do
not.
ranch or blue cheese?
Oh, ranch blue cheese is disgusting. I hate blue cheese. I have tasted like dirty socks better than blue cheese. It's the worst. And then like Wingstop ranch is like something I think I could drink. It is
Oh yeah,
the
absolutely.
best ranch. And being from the Midwest, ranch is very important to
Hmm.
us.
You dip
Do
your
you,
pizza crust in ranch. You dip the wings in ranch. Fries in ranch.
oh, see, but when it comes to pizza, garlic butter.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I love me some
I'm
garlic
a
butter.
slut for some garlic, so I that's what I'm here for. What about you? Are you over there stress eating during the game?
No, I get nauseous to where I can't eat. Like I cannot like if we do any type of food and like the game's at 3:30, I have to be eating by 2:30. I cannot eat during the game. We've played I want to say it was a couple of years ago we played against the Cowboys, which for us that's always been like a Super Bowl in our household because house divided. Dad and I huge Packer fans, mom and brother huge Cowboy fans, so that's like a Super Bowl for us. And we were wearing our throwback jerseys, the ugly ones that are blue and gold, and we got
You don't like
wings.
those ones?
Oh god, those are the worst jerseys.
No, because the Pittsburgh throwbacks are still a thing. So,
Well, I would say our worst jerseys. And we started losing, and I didn't even because we were at a Wingstop that day. I didn't even touch my wings. I never ate them. They went cold, and my brother ate them for leftovers because I got to the point where I was like, I can't even eat. So I sip water, have a nice bottle of wine, and that's about it. But if I do eat wings, I do like boneless wings, which I know some people call those chicken
so
nuggies.
they're nuggets.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
okay with
okay.
that.
When it comes to bone-in wings, though, 100% flats only. I'm not fucking with the drummies. I need
Yeah,
flats only.
yeah, I'd agree with that. I will say that I do like buffalo bone-in wings. I don't like working for my food, so I like cutting up my chicken nuggets into like you know little four
Okay,
pieces
but
and
like you don't need to work for like a flat because all you do is you take it, twist in half, slide that meat off, and you get like the whole thing. It's
I need you to
bare.
teach me how to eat those because I'm over here
Okay,
like a squirrel.
I'll just FaceTime you during the game and I'll be like, this is a tutorial on how to eat bone-in wings, Emily. Since
I'll be
that's
over here with
something.
my boneless chicken nuggets, dipping them in
Yeah. I
ranch.
mean, when it does come to bone in versus boneless though, I don't use like ranch almost at all with bone in because like it's weird to
There's
dunk
no
them.
point.
Like
Yeah.
I can't really dunk them and then like also like you need a good sauce, so that
Mhm.
matters. Boneless, I feel like I'm just like soaking it in ranch.
Just like get more ranch, please.
Yeah, like the true Midwestern. Back to some questions about the game though before we finish up. Uh, do you think Zadarius Smith is gonna sack Rodgers at all during the game?
Honestly, I do. I have heard the rumors, Bach should be back, Elton should be back. I'm hoping, praying. I don't want them back if they're not ready. I am nervous about that. They've been non-committal about them. If they're not back, I can see him getting sacked a couple times, especially on Z's side.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I feel like the offensive line is something that could definitely improve from last season. So I could also see him at least getting one, and
mhm.
I could see it being like the beginning of the game or like end of the game, either one. But he's gonna like throw a big celebration, make a deal out of it, do some stupid stomping, and then
Do you
like,
think he'll have a F the Packers on his sweatshirt underneath, like he
oh, and
did a couple
just
times?
oh man, I hope not.
Do you think
I
he'd get fined for that? I'm pretty sure, right?
I hope he doesn't. Do I think he will? I could definitely see it happening. Like I think he would be petty enough to do that.
He's like listening right now, like drawing it out on his white t-shirt.
Oh yeah,
He's
he's
like,
like
they just crap talked about me for a whole hour. Yeah, F the Packers.
yeah, but he should be used to that. I hated like when he went out and he was like with the Ravens
Oh my
and
gosh.
stuff, and then like all of a sudden pulled out on that, and then he went and all of a sudden started talking to the Vikings. I was like, oh, did he just like forget which team was also purple and go to the wrong one? Like I very Brett Favre like. I think Brett Favre hurt me more because he was
Yeah.
supposed to be retired
Yeah.
twice, and so that one hurt me a little bit more, but. Yeah, it'll be an interesting game. I'm excited for it. I know you are too. So,
Yeah. Super, super excited. Oh my goodness.
but yeah, I mean, Thursday night football's on tonight, so that's all we got for the show today. Everyone tune in, watch the Packers play the Vikings, 3:25. So enjoy the game. Anything else from you, Emily?
Yeah, we'll be there. I'll be live tweeting. I know, Tori, you said you like to tweet during the season, so we'll be talking, chit chatting, and you'll see all of our emotions when it's for just 2.5 hours straight. So
Yeah, I'll be sure to check in on you and make sure you're not crying too much. Just keep the tissues close, okay?
I'll keep the tissues and the wings close. Awesome. Thank you guys for joining us, and as always, have a good night.